The Russian Revolution of 1917 stands as one of the most pivotal moments in modern history, shaping the course of the 20th century and beyond. This epochal event was fueled by a complex interplay of causes, unfolded through a series of transformative events, and left a profound and lasting impact on Russia and the world. At its core, the Russian Revolution was driven by deep-rooted socio-economic grievances that had been festering within Russian society for decades. The rigid autocratic rule of the Tsar, coupled with widespread poverty, inequality and exploitation, created fertile ground for revolutionary sentiments to take root. The peasantry, comprising the bulk of the population, toiled under oppressive conditions on the land, while the industrial working class endured grueling hours and meager wages in urban factories. Simultaneously, Russia's participation in World War I exacerbated these tensions, straining resources and further eroding public trust in the government's ability to address the nation's needs. The events of 1917 unfolded in two distinct phases, each marked by its own set of catalysts and consequences. The February Revolution, sparked by bread riots and fueled by discontent with the war effort, culminated in the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II and the collapse of the Romanov dynasty. This momentous upheaval saw the rise of a provisional government committed to liberal reforms and the establishment of dual power, alongside the burgeoning influence of grassroots Soviets or councils representing workers, soldiers and peasants. However, the provisional government's inability to address the pressing issues of land reform, peace and bread left many disillusioned. Amidst this vacuum of power, the Bolshevik Party, led by Vladimir Lenin, seized the opportunity to advance their radical vision of socialist revolution. The October Revolution of 1917, engineered by the Bolsheviks through a swift and decisive coup, catapulted Lenin and his comrades to power, inaugurating a new era of Bolshevik rule and fundamentally altering the course of Russian history. The consequences of the Russian Revolution were far-reaching and multifaceted, reshaping the political, social and economic landscape of Russia and reverberating across the globe. Domestically, the Bolsheviks embarked on a radical program of social transformation, nationalizing industry, redistributing land and dismantling traditional structures of authority. The establishment of the Soviet Union in 1922 cemented the Bolsheviks' grip on power and heralded the emergence of a new communist order characterized by centralized planning, ideological orthodoxy, and state control. However, the consolidation of Bolshevik rule was accompanied by a brutal and protracted civil war, pitting the Bolsheviks against a disparate array of opponents, including anti-Bolshevik forces, foreign interventionists and nationalist movements. This bloody conflict exacted a heavy toll on Russian society, exacerbating existing hardships and sowing the seeds of future repression and authoritarianism. Internationally, the Russian Revolution sent shockwaves across the world, inspiring revolutionary movements and igniting fears of communist contagion among capitalist powers. The Bolsheviks' call for global proletarian revolution galvanized socialist and communist movements worldwide, sparking revolutionary fervor from Europe to Asia to the Americas. The establishment of the Comintern, or Third International, underscored the Bolsheviks' commitment to exporting revolution and fomenting class struggle on a global scale. Yet, the Russian Revolution also engendered a fierce backlash from conservative forces determined to preserve the status quo and contain the spread of communism. The emergence of the Red Scare in the West, characterized by anti-communist hysteria and repression, reflected the anxieties generated by the specter of revolution. The ensuing Cold War, marked by ideological confrontation and geopolitical rivalry between the Soviet Union and the West, perpetuated a climate of suspicion and hostility that defined much of the 20th century. In conclusion, the Russian Revolution of 1917 was a watershed moment in world history, precipitated by a convergence of deep-seated grievances, exacerbated by the pressures of war, and catalyzed by the revolutionary zeal of the Bolsheviks. Its causes, events and consequences reverberated far beyond the borders of Russia, reshaping the global order and leaving an indelible imprint on the course of human affairs.
Thanks for watching. Please click like and subscribe. See you next time.